Hello, everybody. Dark Knight 316, and this is the Roundtable Podcast, episode 14. And I'm here with special guest.
Robert Wheeler Gaming.
So what'd you bring us today to drink?
This one I have the Rainstorm Peach Nectarine.
Oh, and then I got this Tropical Wave, which is from Aldi's.
Actually, we're gonna drink it in my old school Pony Express. So
Yeah, I got the Knott's Butterfield Stagecoach. All right, let's see how this is.
it smells peachy.
Mine's
Cheers.
pumpkin or pineapple. All right. So the first the first story is we're going back to the retro corner.
Mm-hmm.
Last time in the retro corner, I was playing Grandia 1 and you were playing Final Fantasy 8. And you finished it and I was about to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I could say that I finished Grandia 1, Platinum that one, and I'm starting Grandia 2, and I'm almost finishing that one. What are you starting for the retro corner?
Well, I mean, I don't have. Well, depending on how far back you want to talk about retro, I'm currently playing. So I'm currently playing Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes. I'm trying to get through that, and then I'm also playing Octopath So I don't know if you can consider Octopath Traveler a. It's like 5 years. It's a 5 year old game, but I'm playing it on the PlayStation. So I don't know if you can consider that. So I'm not really like super retro, but I'm playing some old school RPGs just to try to get through them for my platinum journey. So
Well, Octopath Traveler's not really an old school RPG. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. What do you consider retro? Because if it's
I
within
would
the last
say
5 years,
I would say
it's a old. It's on the PS4 era.
I'd say PS2 and before.
I'd say PS3 and before would be
PS3
retro,
before.
but
And none of those are on PS3.
none of those are. But that's currently what I am playing, and I'm trying to slowly get into Final Fantasy 9. So
Are you gonna go 9 not 12?
I think I'm just gonna go through 9. If I can't pass the jump rope, like forget about it. I experience 9 again, and then I'm gonna go through 12 and just kind of just run through them all like that.
Yeah, Grandia 1 ending was exactly what we thought it was. I kind of remember that from when I first played it. Grandia 2 is what I remember the most from the Dreamcast. Playing it on the Dreamcast, I remember that the most. Some of the parts on Grandia 2 I thought was in Grandia 1, but apparently it wasn't. Because, like, in Grandia 2, you're on a boat and it's going to go over the edge, and they're all getting freaking, like, they're all freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And the captain's like, oh, don't worry. This thing can turn into an airship. And they're like, an air what? They're like, an airship. And they're like, brace for it. And then he gets the wings up on it, and then they fly over the thing, and they sink. And then they're like, wee, and they fly like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I thought
part
that
two.
was in part 1 because I kind of remember like, oh, you get into a ship, and then you go into this one town. But apparently that was in 2. That wasn't in the first one.
Yeah, I don't even remember 2.
And then like
So
in 2 is just like in the first one where you don't get everybody. Like it'll be some people will leave and not come back, and then you'll get other people on your team. So I have the final 4 uh, players on my team. So I'm not going to get any more. And if you remember the one girl, she's like a priestess. She transforms
I don't
into a
remember
chick
that.
called Millennia, and she's like the evil version of this girl. So it's like because basically this story is like good versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
So, but and you're fighting each like body part of this evil guy, but you're gonna find out like later on that he's getting resurrected anyway
Mm-hmm.
because and then like the chick her name's Millennia that transforms from the priestess girl. She's supposed to destroy all the bad guys. They're called Valmars. She's supposed to destroy all those, and when she destroys them all, that's how she ends up becoming the the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's who it is basically at the end. And so, what is crazy is up on there is I remember you fight this like swordman guy, which you finds out in this game, which it's not really a spoiler because this game's been out for so long. But you find
Well,
out
somebody like me who's never beat it. I mean, it's a spoiler for me, right?
no, but basically you fight his brother,
That's a
and
spoiler.
his brother has these horns of Velmar,
Mm-hmm.
and once you beat him, he like gets uncursed, but gives you the curse. So Ryudo has the horns of Velmar, so now Millennia has to kill Ryudo to go and make it
So,
from not Velmar coming in.
so in the first game between the second game, is which one is better?
I
Are you
personally like
liking?
the second one
Second
better.
one's better.
Because for some reason this one seems like I remember more
Mm-hmm.
than the first one.
Well, I think because also you played Grandia probably like a not even like a handful of times. I think you only beat it like once or twice, and then besides this playthrough.
Yeah, but I have a good muscle memory where it's like if I play it, then I kind of like
Mm-hmm.
remember the stuff. So like with Grandia One, I kind of only remember the beginning and the
Yeah,
end.
that's all I really
Like I don't
remember of
really
that
remember
game.
the middle part of it,
Yeah.
which proves to it because I thought some of the middle stuff was Grandia Two, and I thought that that was Grandia One.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was playing Grandia Two, I was like, oh, it's in this game. I thought it was in the first one. So I was thinking maybe I was mistaken the Stingray as that airship, but no, that was in
Yeah.
Grandia Two, not in Grandia One.
Mm-hmm.
And in Grandia Two, you don't have to worry about finding those mana eggs.
Okay.
You get those after certain story beats.
Now I
So it's
gotta
like when you
complete that one.
beat a certain boss,
Yeah.
you'll get like let's say like the Chaos Egg,
Mm-hmm.
which is the Chaos Mana Egg, and then you can learn magic from them. So this one's like in my opinion, better because you don't have to do like you use your sword for like like level up your sword 10 times, level up this. This
Yeah.
one is you just use um like special coins or magic coins, or whatever, to build up your magic and your skills,
Mm-hmm.
and you get those after every battle, so you can kind of farm to try to
So
get them up on
what do you
point.
think though? So I'm always curious to know, like, is there really like a ultimate armor or ultimate weapon? What would you say is the best? In the first one, did they have something like that, or was it
Well,
really?
you had to get the ultimate sword. It
Hmm.
was like story beat because you were only able to beat General Ball with like that weapon because he was protected from uh like the normal attacks. So you
Yeah.
had to get it. And same in this one, you're looking for the special sword as well. So
Hmm.
basically, there's not really like a ultimate weapon per se, but also I think that there is an ultimate weapon for everybody else, but not your main hero because he automatically will get the sword that needs to beat it. But
Yeah.
like Millennia, she has I think it's the death bow. I think is her most powerful bow.
Hmm.
And then there's like a chaos axe, I think it is, for Morag. Is this big buff uh Hulkster type axe dude. Um
Hmm.
and then I think I can't remember what the because you the last person you get on your team is a AI robot, which is funny because how AI is popular now. You get this AI robot, which her name's Tio,
Hmm.
and she has these chakrams that she like kind of throws and stuff like that, kind of like boomerangs. So you get her towards the end, and she's like your fastest character to kind of like do the attacks. And uh, for normal attacks, she can do combos, so you can waste like 13 hit combos and stuff like
That's
that,
pretty cool.
and waste a lot of damage. But she's like the only one that can do the combos because she comes in with the chakrams and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Where like Ryudo and Marg and all them, like they just slash a couple times and you get like a 2 hit combo
So
with them.
for me, because I'm going through a platinum journey, I would say the first game rate rate the game. So out of 10, easiness of the platinum, I would say. Enjoyability. How good was that game that you enjoyed playing it to get to the platinum? And then would you recommend it? And then if there's anything else you would want to add to it. So
I
if
would
somebody
think
were to platinum it, like wanting to go through a bunch of
I
JRPGs.
think for the easiness, it for Grandia one, I'd say I'd give it about maybe about a six,
Okay.
because like it could get easy, but you're gonna have to grind for a lot of the like optional dungeons, so you could be strong enough to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you grind enough in the last optional dungeon, you can get these seeds that build up your stats, so you can make your stats maxed out. But it just depends on how much you want to grind to go
Mm-hmm.
and do that, so that you can waste a lot on it. Um, Story wise, I'd probably give it about a six as well, because of like I remember the beginning and I remember the end. The middle part to me
I
is
don't
what like I
remember.
don't really remember, but it also didn't really hook me. Like it dragged
Mm-hmm.
up on there, because half the time you were like, oh, running away from the group, and then it was like, oh, Fina's sister, oh, she's doing this. Like it didn't really hook you as much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, the only the like the last level part of it was really good on that. That's why I would give it a six, because other than that, it'd probably be like a five.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like, I know you did a little bit of it last time, but kind of explain the story for people who have never played it. Maybe they saw it on the PlayStation Plus and want to
mhm,
get into it to play it. Like, explain to
yeah.
a little bit of it of them
So
and going into like the enjoyability of it.
so basically, Justin's is a descendant of these heroes that destroy these gods. He doesn't know that he's a hero of it, but his pendant is the key to unlocking these gods and being able to destroy them. So everybody's after his. It's called the Spirit Stone, and his dad was the hero back in the day that found the Spirit Stone, and then his mom was a pirate who tried to steal the Spirit Stone, but ended up falling in love
Mm-hmm.
with the dad, and then they went on adventures together and had justice. So throughout the whole game, you're trying to go on an adventure so you can have your fun, but you're also trying to find your origin of why the Spirit Stone is remnant with all these ruins. And then Athena is she's the descendant of these angel type people that are supposed to be given destruction to the world, and their purpose is to lend their powers to awaken the ultimate demon. And the demon is basically Gaia, and the this one organization group that's head up by General Ball and his son and his three generals, which are all chicks, which one of the generals is Fina's sister. They all are trying to find how to unlock these demons with having the two people with the wings. And then you go through this adventure, you find out that Fina's sister has these wings, and you don't know that Fina has the wings yet until the point where you're pretty much like going to die and you're falling off this cliff, and Justin's pretty much like, I can't save you, Fina. Like, oh, we're gonna die here. And then Fina gets her wings,
Hmm.
and then she saves Justin. And then you find out that like she has the good wings, her sister has the bad wings,
Yeah, that makes
and
sense. Mm-hmm.
she only was able to unlock it because of true love, because she loves Justin, even though Justin didn't like her at first, and then ended up falling in love with her,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's why he goes after to try to save her, and he's doing anything to go and try to save her, and then uh, Bald uses Gaia. He absorbs Gaia's power so he can create a utopia of him ruling the world under his regime, and that these godlike people can, rule under him. And then
Mm-hmm.
so when you fight him, you're not strong enough to beat him at all, and he pretty much just like knocks you out. And then
Mm-hmm.
you have to you you figure out that the hero back in the day, which is your father, created the sword that can destroy demons, and so you're looking to find the sword. You end up finding the sword, and then pretty much you can beat the game and stuff like that.
Do they explain in the game why it's called Grandia?
No, actually,
No,
I think it's just what the world is.
the
The
world is just
world
called
is
Grandia.
Grandia.
So like you
Yeah.
never really know.
It never
I
really
thought the
tells
world's
you.
called Gaia,
Well, the world is Gaia, but I think like
but they never
that whole like
explain
area is
why it's
Grandia.
called
Yeah,
Grandia.
it doesn't
So
really
like the same
explain.
thing when you're playing the second one
Yeah, the
now, they don't
second one
explain
doesn't
why it's
really tell
called
you why.
Grandia.
Yeah, it tell you
Because they
why it's Grandia
usually
too.
tell you like
Hmm.
why the, but
Yeah.
sometimes they don't. It's just the name of the game because you think
Hmm.
of like, you
Like
know,
Lunar, it's about the moon. It tells you
yeah.
about Lunar.
But
So
you think like Expedition 33. Why is it called Claire Obscure?
yeah, I don't know
They
why it's
never
never explained that.
really explain
Maybe it's
that, but
something
they,
in like French that means something
yeah,
that
like
you know
things
we
like
don't
that.
know.
So that's what's crazy about the JRPGs back in the day. Like
Hmm.
they would come up with a cool name, and you're like, yeah, this is pretty cool, and then but you never connect to like why it's called that.
Yeah,
So
so if somebody was to
let me Google it.
discover this on the PSN, I
Hmm.
was like, oh, maybe it's this game. I would recommend playing it just so that you can kind of get what the developers were trying to get to back in the day for RPGs, because it's a JRPG, but it's a different style of JRPGs than you're used to from like Final Fantasy or like Arc the Lad or Suikoden or any of those old school RPGs. It's kind of different. It's kind of like, I would say, a little bit of Tales,
Hmm.
only because you run in the battle and you do it and you attack. Um, but it's also turn based though, so that's what makes it different from there. But I would recommend playing it just not for the nostalgia part like I played it for, because I can remember from playing it back in the day, but I would say just to play to see what the hype was about when it came out back in the day.
So they don't really explain it too much. It just says it's like great, large, or grand. So maybe it could just be
Like a
his
grand
adventure since he
expedition.
wants to be, you know. I don't know.
But yeah, so I would say play it. I mean, it's on the network,
Yeah.
so you can play it. If you don't like it, it's fine. But Grandia 2, I would recommend playing that.
Well, you know
Uh,
what? Actually, I take that back. You can't get the trophies on the network because they have the game. You just can't.
yeah. So
That's
I
right.
mean,
So
if
you
you
have to
want to,
buy it.
yeah. But if you're not playing for trophies, then you just want to play
Yeah.
the
I
game,
totally
go
forgot
ahead
that.
and do
That's my
that.
bad. That's my bad.
But Grandia 2, I don't think you can even get it. I
No,
think
I
you
think you
have
have
to.
to buy that
I think you have
collection,
to buy the collection in order to get
which was
Grandia 2.
weird that they made. They they released it and then brought out the HD collection.
I think because they screwed it up.
You think so?
I think that's what it was. Is they originally were going to just do the Grandia 1
Hmm.
and have that with trophies, but then I think I think Sony messed it up and released that when they were going to bring out the collection with the with 1 and 2 together, and
Hmm.
then I think Sony just jumped the gun and was like, "Well, we'll bring out this one too," but then didn't put trophies on because they're like, "Oh, this collection's coming out, so
Yeah.
it's gonna have." So I think that was a Sony problem, not Gun Ho or whoever is
Game
on that
Arts or whoever
Game
makes that
Arts, whoever
stuff.
made that one.
Yeah.
Um, so for you, since you're playing Eiyuden Chronicles,
Hmm.
and you're fairly at the beginning of it, you're probably like a third of the way in, because
I
when you were
just finished chapter two.
yeah,
If
because
you put them in chapters.
when you were telling me that you're playing Insane
Hmm.
now, how are you liking this, and how is it compared to Suikoden,
Hmm.
and do you like this better than Suikoden, or the Suikoden better than Eiyuden
Well,
Chronicles?
this is well. First, I'll go through. I think the game is it's still good, but it's kind of at that point right now where um, usually in RPGs you kind of have to hit that point where like you're at the peak and it's good, and then it just kind of like tails off of like it's not good, but it's not bad. It's kind of at
So
that point
you're
right
already
now.
at the point where you're like tired of it,
Not tired of it, but it's like it
and you're
hasn't.
only in chapter 2, so it
I
hasn't
just
kept your
finished like
hooks.
chapter two, but because I'm doing a lot of recruiting, like it hasn't got to the point of where it's getting more interesting as I'm going through. It's kind of just tailing off right now because like you got to think Noah already got the I already got my castle. Already beat the battle of fighting the war. Sane's on my team now. Now we're like going in to try to, trick Duke Aldridge to be able to. So it's like it's kind of at that point where the climax of the story isn't getting there. It's kind of like filler right now. So it's still good,
Spoiler
but
alert, it doesn't really get that much better now.
yeah,
Because I mean, you're pretty much recruiting everybody like you are
where I'm at right
in
now.
any game basically,
Hmm.
and you have to do certain chapters or to get certain people. But basically, all it is you're gonna fight Duke Aldrich
but
most of the
but
time.
that's how
It
this.
doesn't really like
But that's how these JRPGs are.
yeah, but with like Suikoden 2, it kind of got like each one was kind of like at the edge of your seat and
Yeah,
kind of got good
but
and stuff like
see,
that. It didn't really drag
here's the thing.
as much.
When I get the platinum, I want to compare the two. I don't know if like and that's what I'm kind of thinking of because I don't think Suikoden 2 is like the greatest game on
It's
earth
just
like
Union
everybody talked
Chronicles.
about it. But I don't even think that's like I thought the thing with Suikoden 2 was because they developed the story a lot more, but I thought 1 was much better than 2. But I felt like 2 was one of those where um like 2 the story's developed, but you can't really play 2 unless you played 1 because you don't know half those characters in there. And then you got a new person on your team, and then if you get the hero from the first one, like
Yeah, but in Union Chronicles, all you have to do is play Suikoden 2, and it's pretty much
but
exactly the
but you got
same.
to think Unity Chronicles is similar to Suikoden 2 because it's like um, you compare the two heroes. They both have a sister. Both their sisters relying on like you're trying to get like but it's kind of similar to it like that.
No, when you play it, it's a lot similar. It's pretty much almost beat for beat because when you play Suikoden 2, the cooking challenge
Hmm.
is exactly the same. You fight the same type of uh like bosses and stuff like that
Hmm.
that you would in Suikoden 2. There's a I think yeah, the cook off's the same.
I think the fishing is much better in the Eiyuden Chronicles. I
Yeah,
mean, compared to any JRPGs I've
yeah,
played,
it's a good
because it's not a
RPG.
lot of like, oh, you got to button mash and get this bar
Yeah.
up. It's basically like you just got to watch to make sure if they grab the
Hmm.
bait and then hit X. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, because in
But
Suikoden 2, you had to hit the X at a certain one, keep the bar up, and
but
do that kind of stuff.
I think
But
the characters are interesting in Eiyuden Chronicles compared to Suikoden. I also though feel like with both games they with having over 100 characters, it's kind of like you have filler characters that you're
yeah,
like, I don't even
there's a lot of
I
characters
don't even care about these
in Uden
characters.
Chronicles as well as in Suikoden
Hmm.
2 that like I don't care. I just recruited them because you needed to recruit them for trophies.
Overall,
Like I sent those out on expeditions, so I
yeah.
didn't even have to play with them and
Well,
stuff.
overall, when I'm looking at it, I think Suikoden has the better story currently.
Hmm.
Where I'm at, if I were to pace it, I think it's currently the better story, Suikoden 2. But but yeah, overall, you kind of see a lot of similarities to it. But I'm kind of at the point like I'm not tired of the game. I'm going to go through the platinum. I think that the game right now is short because like I'm using a guide as I'm walking through so I could get the all the people because I don't
Hmm.
I'm trying to get the platinum. I don't want to go through a blind playthrough and have to play it again. But when I'm looking at the guide, it's like I'm already chapter well, how they break it up, I'm chapter three, but then you got to think like I'm recruiting, and then chapter three isn't that long. So like each of the chapters aren't long. Most of your
Yeah,
fillers are
but
getting people, doing
yeah,
the side
and
stuff
doing the side stuff, but
and stuff like
the
that.
game is pretty long.
Hmm.
And then the castle battles, like what's good about this one is I'm pretty sure if people die in your castle battle, they're not permanent.
I think so because I got
I th-
Bernard on my
I think
team
only
and he
certain
died.
like I think only certain ones may be permadeath. Like it'll tell you though
Yeah,
on it, and so you'll have to like protect it. But I'm pretty sure everybody can die and it's just be game over, and it's not like
yeah. I think so because I think I
the
had
other one.
Bernard die, but I don't remember because I couldn't save it because I was going to work.
Hmm.
Um, But yeah, overall with this game too, I really like the hero combos. I think those are pretty cool. I like I think a lot of them are a lot better than because there's some of them that aren't like super OP. And I
Hmm.
like the fact that they make them a little bit um I don't want to say more difficult, but like you think in Suikoden 2, it was basically like I got this guy, I got this guy. Okay, they can do a tag team, and then I could constantly use it every battle. Whereas like this one in Uden Chronicles, I have to build SP and then make sure that I can then use it, and then I got to build up SP again. I couldn't constantly use it to make the game much easier. That's
Yeah,
what.
well, in a Eiyuden Chronicles, I think that they developed the characters better and thought about it more because just like in Suikoden 2, like you have like a heavy, mid, and short range character. So
Mhm.
you can't just put all your swordsmen
Yeah.
in the battle and expect to be like, okay, we're all gonna do like a 50 hit combo or whatever like that because
Hmm.
your swordsmen won't attack anybody that they can't reach up on because they have it where it's like the back row can get the first two rows of the enemies. The middle row can get the first row
Yeah.
of the enemy, and the first one can only get the first row. And each character is different, so it makes you have to think about, okay, I'm gonna put these characters in the middle, these
Hmm.
ones in the front, and these ones in the back.
Yeah.
So it gives you a little bit of a strategy on it. And
Hmm.
so like your main hero is a medium one, so he can be in the middle or in the front and
Yeah.
be fine. But if he's in the back, he's only gonna attack the first row of the
And
enemies
that and see, that's the thing too. It's like I already got who's considered that lady Lamb. She's considered one of the most powerful characters in the game.
so far.
I'm committed to doing a hero run. So once I get all the heroes, like that's gonna be my team. So I'm
Well, you
almost.
said you're gonna play with your team's gonna be the Rising team
Yes.
and then the
Hmm.
Chronicles
I'm
team
almost. I mean, you got to think like
because
right.
you get CJ last
Yeah. So
out of the
CJ's
group.
gonna be last, but as I'm
I mean, not
recruiting,
like your last character, but like the last one from Rising that
as
you
I'm
get.
recruiting, I'm going to get Isha.
Hmm.
So I'll have
Isha
Isha.
is a really good magic user.
Yeah, so I have Isha,
She's gonna be
Noah,
your
and
best.
Sane
Hmm.
right now. Then once I get Marissa, I'll have Marissa and then Garu.
Hmm.
So then both of them will be on my team. And then once I get CJ, she's
Hmm.
going to be in the front. So basically, I think the way I'm going to do it is have Sane in the back. He's going to be basically my magic user with Marissa and Isha. And then I'm going to have CJ, Garu, and Noah in the front.
Yeah, what I like about Eiyuden Chronicles over the Suikoden is the animal characters because I like in Eiyuden Chronicles the shark people. The
Mhm.
shark people I think was actually pretty cool because in Suikoden they had mostly like dogs and cat people,
Some of them
and
though they had some other ones too. I think they had like a dragon
well
in part two,
in Suikoden too they had a
but you
I
had
think
to
a
you
dragon
choose
order.
between the other ones.
No, but not just that. I mean, there also were like they took up two spots, just like in
Yeah,
Uden Chronicles.
what were?
But in here they have the shark people. Then they also have like a dragon and a griffin, which takes up like two spots.
Hmm.
They have like this like Sasquatch thing with this little girl that
Yeah,
takes up two
I just
spots on
used
there.
her recently.
Um, but then they also have like lizard people that are considered like dragon people that you get up on. So they have like a variety of animal characters. Where in Suikoden they
Hmm.
didn't really have it. They mostly just had like either like the cat clan or the kobolds, which are the dog clan, and
Hmm.
that's pretty much like it of it. Whereas this one, like they have the whole she arc, which is the sharks, and it's pretty cool on the shark people on there. And
Yeah.
some of them were my ending characters that I played with because they had pretty, uh, like powerful weapons and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I really liked that. But
Yeah, it's a fun
for
game. So
for Uden Chronicles, what would you rate it, and would you recommend somebody playing this over Suikoden two, like Suikoden series, or start that first and then play?
so I'd rate this game a 7 out of 10. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but overall, I think you'd have to play Suikoden 2.
To
Like you have to
appreciate
go
this
through the
game,
Suikoden to appreciate the Yuden Chronicles.
yeah,
But I give it a 7 because I do feel like it wasn't. The characters were well developed, but I felt like the game rushed. Is
yeah.
kind of what.
You could totally tell that a lot of the stuff was rushed, and
Like,
then there's a lot of like bugs in this game
hmm,
that still have never been
they
fixed.
haven't been fixed.
And I don't know if it's mainly because it's the digital version that we have
Hmm.
and the disc version has all been fixed. But like I had it there and you said you
Yeah,
experienced
I'm
it too,
experiencing
where
right now.
like you'll turn the camera on the world map and then it all blocks it all up,
It's all
and
like blacked out or
yeah, it's
something.
all like blurry and stuff, and that sucks because this one race, you you have to get it under a certain time limit to complete the race to get it like a trophy and to get these items
Hmm.
up on it, and you can't see half of the map,
Yeah, and I haven't got to
and
it yet,
so
so.
like I thought maybe they'll fix it in an update, and then they said that they fixed it, but they didn't do it in there. So I think in the
Hmm.
digital one they didn't care anything about it, and then like this game opens it up that they could make a sequel, but it
Hmm.
doesn't really like it won't be the main hero though. I think if they do
Well,
make,
spoiler alert, I haven't
I
beat
think
it
I think if they do
yet.
make a sequel, it's going to be one of the other two characters. It's either going to
Hmm.
be Sane or Marissa.
Hmm.
I'm leaning more towards it's probably going to be Sane
See,
over it
I
all.
like playing with Marissa. When I went through her
I
part,
didn't like
I
it.
really liked playing with
I
her.
didn't like
I liked her
her.
wind attack. I thought she was pretty good because she had a wind attack that was like just wasted SP,
Hmm.
but then also could heal your
I
team.
liked
It's
the
pretty
one
good.
guy that's her like captain or whatever. Can't think of his
A
name.
wave.
The Wade or whatever his name
I
is.
think his name's a wave,
Wave, something like that.
something like
Like
that.
I liked that guy. Cool. Up on
Hmm.
that.
But yeah, overall, I mean, 7 out of 10. I think I would recommend this game. I think this is the type of games I like. I like these type of games, and it so I would recommend Eiyuden Chronicles as well as Suikoden because these are my favorite types of games. But
Mhm.
overall, yeah, I mean the story feels rushed. Um, I don't think that they developed a lot of like they tried to take similarities from Suikoden, but I don't think they developed them well enough. And I think they were at crunch time because even with the DLC that came out, from what I hear, the DLC is not as good,
It's not.
and it should have been much developed more. So I
I
think a
think
lot of it was
I
rushed.
think because since the creator died,
Hmm.
they just rushed it all out and didn't really
That's what I
develop it as
think.
much up on there.
They
And then
didn't expand the
also,
story
I
on it.
think the game was rushed as a whole because the Suikoden collection was supposed to be coming out, and they didn't want to compete against it. So that's why I think that
Hmm.
they hurried up and rushed it, brought it out, and then the Suikoden collection delayed,
Yeah.
which screwed them over because they were like, "Oh, we could have had that extra time to go
Hmm.
make it." So I think that that's what happened on there. What do you think about your Octopath Traveler?
I, I mean, with like to put biases aside, this game's awesome.
Yeah.
um, I know like Octopath Traveler is a type of game I like as well because it has the class system and stuff like that. But overall, I've been playing. I tried to use a guide. The guides that I found haven't been as good, so I've just been exploring, doing things on my own. But overall, this game, Octopath Traveler, is like I never played it when it first came out. As it started coming, because I didn't play the Switch as much,
Hmm.
and then as you know, I got a Switch, things like that. I started playing it, and now I'm going through the trophies. The game is great. I think it's a. I wish that they would develop it more, make a third one. I don't think so because the company got sold and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, this game
Do
is
you do you
it's a
think it
great game.
has a similarity to Saga Frontier?
Um,
Because on how like in Saga
no,
Frontier you pick the different heroes
yeah.
and then they join
The
to
thing
like
is
Saga
though
Frontier 2.
is currently like where I'm at. I think the best thing with this game so far is like each character because I try to look up and say what's the best starting character. So
Hmm.
if I for me, you know, I don't have a lot of time, so if I'm struggling, then I could pick characters at least decent. Like everybody's like you can pick whoever. Okay, so I picked one who I thought was pretty cool. So I ended up picking the thief Therion, and like what's cool about him is because he is a thief, like I could get early on armor and things like that at
Hmm.
the beginning.
You can
But
still like,
what's cool though is you gain JP to gain skills, and then you can learn those skills to equip it on your character. So like I have one where I can steal SP and gain my SP back. So I'll use SP and I could gain it back. And with him you
can you
could
give
gain
that to other characters
you can
or is it only
transfer.
your own?
So there is a skill you could transfer your SP to other characters.
And they can do like the steal the
No,
SP and all that,
well,
or is it certain ones?
you can get new job classes.
Hmm.
So like Therion, he's a thief,
Yeah.
but you could get a subclass of something else. So you can get a subclass similar to what everybody else is if you
Hmm.
wanted to. So if you wanted to have him as a healer, you can make him as a healer, like things like that. I'm not quite there yet. I haven't looked too much into the
Do
game.
they have a ninja?
So
Did you
I
make
don't
a thief
know.
and a ninja?
Like I haven't looked to a game to see like can I make everybody thieves? Can I make everybody like things like that? I haven't looked
Hmm.
at all that, but I've been enjoying running around, grinding out levels, trying to get some more JP, enjoying the story right now. But what I like though is the story. Like I finished the first chapter with Therion, and then I got I think her name's Hannah. I think that's how you say her name. She's on my team now. I finished her chapters. I'm trying to get another character now. But what I like though is like you just can't. You have to prepare to for your next chapter. So Theron's chapter 2, like you have to be around like level 25, which I like because then
Can you beat it at a lower level, or is it going to
you
just be
could, but it'd be
struggling?
tough. You'll
Yeah.
struggle. You would have to go and kind of figure out a strategy to be able to do that.
What if you get like all the characters that you can recruit
Hmm.
and then take on your chapter two?
Well, that's basically how they want you to do
They
it.
want
So
you to
they
get the
want
more
you to be able
characters,
to get more
so you can't
characters.
solo it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could. It's going to be difficult, but they're basically encouraging you to get other characters, build up those characters to that level, and then play through those chapters. So
Mm.
you get stronger as you
Does
start.
like when you recruit a character, are they around the level that you're at, or do they start at a
They
certain
start at
one?
a, certain level. So when I was like level 10 or something with Therion, and then with Hannah, I was at like level 6. So I
Mm.
had to build her up a little bit more. But she's
I
pretty
like it.
awesome.
I like it when they scale the your teammates
Yeah, but
to
the thing with
like
this
your
game
level
though
or around your
is
level.
they encourage you to grind out, and that's what I
Yeah,
like about this game.
I like grinding in
They,
RPG games. I spend
you
time
don't
doing that.
have a lot of RPG games today. Well, I mean, well, considering this game's like 5, 6 years old anyway,
Mhm.
but you don't have a lot of RPGs where it's like grind. It's basically beat the game and then go do it at the end. Like this
Mhm.
is encouraging you to be like, well, you could try it, but you might not be strong enough. So unless you're watching a strategy online or something on how to do it, like I'm sitting there running battle going, oh, I can capture this person with Hannah. Oh, can I steal this item? And trying to get stronger and things like that. So I like the game. Octopath Traveler, like I can't wait to get to the second one. These
Mhm.
games like that, I think, for me, are games that I love those types of games. That's why I'm enjoying the
I
Eiyuden
think that
Chronicles
game got
and
a either a 10 out of 10 or like a 9 out of
yeah,
10
no, I don't.
for it.
I know I'm late in playing it, so everybody's probably already got the best strategies and things like that. But
Mhm.
when I'm playing this game, it was one of those where it's like I put it off for a while because I was like, do I I got to that RPG fatigue where I start playing every RPG and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. And but I started getting back into all the RPGs again, and that's why I'm like, I'm enjoying the Eiyuden Chronicles. And I think it's because I'm going through this platinum journey, so I don't want it to like end super quick, but I want it to come to an end. So I'm kind of in that limbo where I want to get through it. But yeah, I'd recommend Octopath Traveler. It is, I think it's a 10 out of 10, honestly, and I don't really rate games 10 out of 10, but it's the first one I've played so far is really really good.
Oh,
So
that's good to hear. So
I'm enjoying it.
that was our retro corner of what we've been playing on there. Um, so if you like that, give the thumbs up, like and subscribe
Thumbs up.
to it. That's pretty much all that we have for today.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we can find him at he does Robert Wheeler
Rubber Wheeler
Gaming.
Gaming.
He has a collection video that he does.
Yep.
He has daily news that he does.
Weekly,
Oh,
but
weekly news. Yeah, sorry, you got weekly news.
weekly
Um,
news.
we do this podcast together here. We
Mm-hmm.
also do a wrestling channel that we have, or a sports channel, because we
Wrestling.
may actually, you know, incorporate like football and stuff like that in it. So look forward to those videos that are coming up there. But you know, what we always say whenever this podcast, thank you for everything and
Mm-hmm.
never stop gaming.
Keep gaming, guys.
Mhm.
Thank you. God
Thank
bless
you.
you guys.
Yep.